Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. According to Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United could make an official bid in the coming days for Eduardo Camavinga. Romano says Man United are serious about Camavinga. Manchester United are the front runners for Camavinga. Negotiations between Rennes and Manchester United are ongoing for Camavinga. Rennes have made a bid of just over 8.4 million for Midtjylland midfielder Jens Kajusti as a potential replacement for Camavinga. Romano did say not so long ago that Man United progress direct contact for Camavinga. Rennes are open to selling Camavinga for €30 million. He is our top target. The Rennes sporting director not so long ago gave us an update, and he said that Rennes have been in discussions with other clubs over a potential transfer for Eduardo Camavinga. And the player not so long ago spoke about Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. He said before Jadon Sancho to Man United was official though that Man United were ready to make a move for Camavinga once we completed the signing of Sancho. Rennes are prepared to cash in on Camavinga rather than risk losing him on a free next year. Camavinga's made 82 appearances for Rennes. He's 18 years of age, he made his senior debut at 16 and he's been at Rennes since 2013. Now, I want to delve into some more news on Raphael Varane. Man United get green light for Varane. Real Madrid have give Raphael Varane permission to negotiate a departure from the club. Fabrizio Romano recently gave us an update. He says Man United have had direct contact with Real Madrid regarding Raphael Varane. Both clubs remain in talks over the defender. It says that Man United deal for Raphael Varane is in doubt, so we are considering alternatives. We have been warned it won't be easy to prize Varane away from Real Madrid. The Manchester Evening News said last month that we submitted a £50 million bid for Varane, but it says Real Madrid were demanding £80 million. Man United prepare a £43 million bid for Varane. It has said that Varane has given his word to Man United that he wants to join. And it says he's very close to signing for Man United. We've offered Varane a contract worth €12 million. He says that Real Madrid want Donny van de Beek on loan as part of the Varane deal. Varane has agreed personal terms with Man United. He said that he wants his move sorted within the next 2 weeks. Real Madrid offered Varane a renewal contract offer, but Varane rejected it. Varane's current contract at Real Madrid expires next year. We went in for Varane 10 years ago under the Sir Alex Ferguson era. Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's been a long-serving player at Real Madrid. He's been with them over 10 years. He's made 360 appearances in all competitions and he's won 18 major honours, so he's got a good pedigree as a player. Real Madrid got Varane from Lens back in 2011. So there's a chance that he will be our third signing of this summer transfer window. Solskjaer said if we do get Varane on the board, he wants 2 more signings. Now, Paul Pogba seduced by PSG. PSG are confident that they can sign Paul Pogba for a cut price fee. Now, PSG have stepped up their chase for Pogba. The 51 million fee has not put them off. Julian Lawn said that PSG are considering a move for Pogba, and Fabrizio Romano did mention that PSG are interested in signing Pogba, and PSG have already held talks with Pogba's representatives. Not so long ago, Mino Raiola held talks with PSG's president. PSG want to partner Pogba alongside Wijnaldum in their midfield. And Kim Pembe said the other week that Pogba would be welcome to PSG. Pogba has had a long-running transfer saga. You know, he hasn't only been linked to PSG, he's been linked to Real Madrid. He's been linked with a return to Juventus. Pogba did endure 4 good years with Juventus before he rejoined Man United. Barcelona and Inter Milan have been in for him before. And swap deals have been on the agenda because the other week there was talks of a Varane and Pogba swap deal. There's also been talks of a Cristiano Ronaldo and Paul Pogba swap deal. Pogba is an imperative player. He produced his best performances in the last couple of months of last season. He does bring creativity to the team. I thought Pogba enjoyed a very good tournament with France when France were in the Euros. Not so long ago he had a fallout with Adrien Rabiot. But I hope Paul Pogba stays for next season. And I think if we match his ambitions, he would be happy to stay. But Pogba's come out and said that he wants to leave Man United to go to PSG. Paul Pogba's current contract expires next year because last season we triggered that 1-year extension on his contract. And Solskjaer came out at one point and said that he's hopeful Pogba will stay and sign a new contract. We fear losing Pogba on a free transfer. Sky Sports News said not so long ago that Man United were in ongoing talks with Pogba's representatives over a new contract, and it said we wanted to make Pogba the Premier League's highest paid player with a new 5-year contract worth 104 million. Pogba's endured 5 seasons at Man United since he rejoined. He's our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid £89 million for him. So far he's won 3 trophies at the club. That was the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield. And Mini Oriola has been desperate to get Pogba out of the club. He did a lot of talking last season. So there you go. So far, Man United have made 2 signings in this summer transfer window. We obviously got Tom Heaton in on a free transfer from Aston Villa. And we signed Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund. I'm expecting Man United to endure a very good summer transfer window because I am convinced that Solskjaer's going to get all the players he wants to recommend in. And it's about time Solskjaer got the backing he deserves because he wasn't backed enough for such a long time. This summer transfer window is Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. And not so long ago, Solskjaer mentioned the 4 positions he wants to strengthen up. If we can get Varane on the board, and we can make another signing, I think we've got a very good chance of winning the Premier League next season. That's Solskjaer's ambition, to win the Premier League next season. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. That's 8 years ago now. We have won 20 titles and 13 of them are Premier League titles. Don't forget, our board did say they'll back Solskjaer with summer signings and a new 3-year contract. And just before the summer transfer window opened, it said Solskjaer was going to be given a 150 million transfer budget to buy around 4 or 5 new players. We're obviously going to offload players in this summer transfer window. So reflecting on that will generate money. Next season is going to be massive for Solskjaer, and I think he is aware of that. You know, next season will be Solskjaer's 3rd full season as Manchester United manager, because at the moment Solskjaer's endured 2 full seasons. It's very imperative that we start off next season strongly, because if we start off next season badly, I think the pressure will be on Solskjaer. Solskjaer must win a trophy next season if he is to remain Manchester United manager. That's my opinion. We haven't won a trophy since 2017, which is 4 years ago now, and that's nowhere near good enough to our standards. I am Ollie-in at the moment. You know, there is United fans that are Ollie-in, but there's also United fans that are Ollie out. I think he does deserve at least next season, but I can assure he's not the long-term manager for Man United, and I think a lot of United fans will agree with me on that aspect. You know, despite me criticising Solskjaer a lot during his managerial tenure at Man United, I still think he's our best manager since Ferguson, because in certain aspects he has brought consistency back. Solskjaer has been in charge of Man United now for almost 31 months, which is over 2 years. To be honest with you, I'm surprised he's still Man United manager, especially with that loss against Villarreal in the Europa League final last season. But I think with Solskjaer being a club legend, that's what's basically saved his job. Disregarding being a club legend, I can almost assure he would have been sacked by now. Reflecting how long Solskjaer's been at the football club, he has gained some managerial experience and he has learned quite a bit on the job. He doesn't have a proven pedigree as a manager, does he? That's a concern. And Solskjaer's decision making is a big concern as well, because in a lot of the games he's managed at Man United, he has been tactically naive. So next season, Solskjaer's decision making has got to really improve. It has. But you've got to give Ollie credit in quite a lot of aspects. You know, I didn't expect Solskjaer to do as well as he has done. So in that aspect, I am shocked. You've got to turn around and say he has done a good job to say the current squad he was left with when he got appointed in as Man United manager, because he was inheriting a lot of deadwood. You know, Solskjaer knew when he'd taken over at Man United, it was going to be a massive job, despite knowing the culture of the club, and he knew he had a lot to do. And you know, since he's come in, Solskjaer, he's more or less given everybody their chances. He did say when he got appointed in as Man United manager that everybody would get their chances to express themselves, including the young players. I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth. Since he's come in, he has made some good signings. Solskjaer has spent over £300 million. He must have brought a good 14, 15 players in now. In the summer of 2019, he brought Daniel James, Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. In January 2020, he brought Bruno Fernandes in and Odin Ighalo in on loan. We let Ighalo go in January. In the summer of 2020, which was last summer, he brought Addison Cavani in, Donny van der Beek, Alex Telles, Amad Diallo, Traore and Facundo Palestri. We loaned Palestri out in January. Last summer we got 4 of those players on deadline day. So that indicated how poor our recruitment has been. And in this summer transfer window so far, we've brought Tom Eaton in and Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund. And Solskjaer's brought quite a few academy players in. Ollie's got rid of a lot of players since he's come in as well. Tahith Chon, by the way, has joined Birmingham on loan. It's the right decision to put Chon out on loan to get him more experience and to get the opportunities he wants. This is his 3rd loan spell, because before Chon's had loan spells with Club Brugge and Werder Bremen. But yeah, the Telegraph said yesterday that Tahith Chon was close to joining Birmingham on loan. I'm actually surprised though that he's gone to Birmingham. Not so long ago, we released Sergio Romero and we also released Joel Pereira. We let 6 academy players go, but I can't remember all the names of them. Back in January, we let Jesse Lingard go out on loan to West Ham. We let Tiden Mengi go out on loan. We let Ighalo go, like I mentioned. We let Timothy Fosu-Mensah go. We let Marcus Rojo go. We let Facundo Palestri go out on loan. In the other transfer windows Ollie's endured, we obviously seen Diego Dalot go out on loan to Milan. We saw Andres Pereira go out on loan to Lazio. We've seen Young leave the club. We've seen Valencia leave. We've seen Smalling leave. Seen Darmian leave, seen Herrera leave, seen Fellaini leave. I think wasn't Fellaini the first player to leave under the Ole Solskjaer era. We saw Sanchez leave, we saw Lukaku leave, we saw Angel Gomez leave. Didn't we put Dylan Levitt out on loan last season? I think we also loaned James Garner out. We also loaned Deschamps Bernard out. So yeah, I don't know if I mentioned them all, but they're a lot of the players that, you know, Solskjaer's got rid of. In Solskjaer's first full season, he did quite well. He got us to 3 semi-finals and got us a third place finish. In his second full season, got us a second place finish, got us to the Europa League final. Last season went the entire season without losing away from home in the Premier League, which is a record. And last season got us to the FA Cup quarter-final and the EFL Cup semi-final. So these are the things, you know, you've got to credit Ole for. We appointed him in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. Don't forget, in Solskjaer's first 3 months, he was the interim manager. He did well as the interim manager. So that's why the club decided to give him the job permanently back in March 2019. Ole is our 4th permanent manager since Ferguson. The 3 managers we've sacked since Ferguson was David Moyes. We sacked him after, 10 months. He enjoyed the shortest tenure at the club. Moyes is probably one of the worst managers we've ever had. We finished 7th under the David Moyes era. That's the lowest we've finished in the Premier League era. We sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years, despite him winning the FA Cup. You know, we started well under Van Gaal and it all went downhill. And obviously we sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years, despite him winning the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield in his first season. He also got a 2nd place finish in his first season. So you can say Mourinho did enjoy one good season at Man United, but the reasons it didn't work out under Jose Mourinho is because he had bad disputes with the board, bad disputes with the top players. And in general, the board weren't backing the signings that he wanted to recommend in. You know, in recent years, we've overpaid for players. Our recruitment was poor for a long time. In that aspect, the blame stems from the board. Like I said, we've only won 4 trophies since Ferguson retired. And in general, in the last 8 years, mistakes have been made. That's why we've been nowhere near as consistent as we'd like to have been. Woodward, obviously he's been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. Obviously we know that Ed Woodward is leaving. Woodward's had a 16-year association with the club. Obviously there's been a lot of United fans demanding the Glazers out. A lot of United fans were protesting against the Glazers at Old Trafford towards the end of last season. Because the Glazers have put us in so much debt. You know, the Glazers have been at Man United for like 16 years now. They bought the club for 500 million back in 2005. So, yeah, in general, I hate the way the football club has been run for a long time. The players that could leave Man United in this summer transfer window is Donny van der Beek. Well, I did say Martial for such a long time, but I'm hearing now that Martial's supposed to be staying. If he stays, I will be disappointed because he's not good enough to represent us, is he? Brandon Williams, obviously, he's going out on loan to Southampton by the looks of things. I'm expecting us to offload Phil Jones in this summer transfer window. Looks like Tuan Zebe's leaving. Diego Dalot's leaving. We'll be looking to get rid of Andres Pereira permanently. De Gea, he could still leave in this summer transfer window, but to be honest with you, I don't think he will. It recently said, though, that De Gea could be loaned out for next season to make room in our goalkeeping department, but De Gea is determined to fight for his future. ESPN said that De Gea is unsure on Solskjaer's final decision, and De Gea is set to hold talks with Solskjaer over his future after the Euros. But De Gea said not so long ago he's convinced he'll stay at Man United and be Solskjaer's number 1 for next season. He's not sulked since losing his spot to Dean Henderson. You know, De Gea has been long serving at Man United. He's endured 10 years at the club, and De Gea's had around 8 good years out of the 10 years he's been with us. I've been hearing as well that we could offload Daniel James in this summer transfer window. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.